All right, Keontae, like I was saying, I'm recording another episode of the podcast right now. What did you say?
Oh.
About
Man.
your pants.
Man, so I squat down and it ripped from top ass crack to like the bottom of my right leg.
Wait, the bottom?
Man,
The bottom of your
Yeah.
right leg?
yes, like all the way down like my pants on.
Bro, is that possible? Dude, what happened? Did you go underwater?
No.
Oh. Whoa.
What?
Dude, quit diving in there, man.
Am I good now?
Kinda underwater.
Alright, how about now?
You know what? It's good enough, Keontae.
Okay. Yeah, so 2 of my dates flaked on me, my pants ripped, and there's an hour left to homecoming.
Yes.
I'm gonna cry. Profusely.
You gotta... No. If you do, you gotta do it, like, at night alone.
Yeah, you can't.
Where
be
no
out
one
all
sees,
over.
you know? Yeah,
That's
that's...
what I'm planning. I'm
Yeah.
outside by my school and there's no one here, so I'm just gonna cry for a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's understandable.
Alright, have fun with the podcast.
Love you, Keontae.
Love me too.
Alright, bye. Podcast. What's our topic, dude?
Anything. So, welcome back, everybody. As you may have already known from the first episode of this podcast, my name's Tyler. I'm here with my
I'm Anthony. Host, dumbass.
co-host. But yeah, so finally got off our lazy asses. Decided to
this door.
redo the podcast, and basically we're just going to talk about, I think the main focus of today was politics. So as you guys know, the election is going to happen here, 2020. Some of you may be already able to guess what our candidate, who we want to win is. Anthony.
The two-time!
Two-time!
I want the two-time Donald J. Trump.
Yeah, Trump 2020, everybody. I mean, let's be honest. It's either that or fucking socialist commie bastards who don't understand basic economics.
Yeah. Like,
I want to implement free healthcare for everybody.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
I don't know about that one.
Because first off, like with healthcare, the reason new things get found in that field is for competition.
It's not even for competition, but do you see it really happening anywhere else in the world? No, you don't.
No.
Every new medical breakthrough is here in the U.S., and that is mainly attributed to our healthcare. Like the fact that our healthcare system isn't run by the government. You want the government to run healthcare even though they can't run the post office.
Yeah.
Like, to me, I never understood that philosophy of big government and everything like that, because, let's be honest, they kind of suck at doing their job.
Yeah.
It just, they're so slow on everything. Even with Trump's presidency and everything like that, the House, which is controlled by the Democrats, do like everything in their power to halt the government running. There was the government shutdown, I want to say like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Was it 2 years or was it a year ago?
I think it was a year, actually.
A year ago.
Yeah.
Where they just kept shutting down. I think it happened like 3 times last year. Because I know when I went on the trip to Vegas and everything like that, that shut down for like the national parks. So we were still able to go like into the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
But then we couldn't really like go into it.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucked. I mean, you saw the Grand Canyon, but so yeah, like national parks were down. Post office wasn't.
Fun fact
running.
about the Grand Canyon. There's only 2 things only two places you're allowed to cry. It's at a funeral
Funeral in the Grand Canyon.
and at the Grand Canyon.
I will not comment on crying at the Grand Canyon.
That means he cried, everyone. But hey, you know what? That's fine.
That's
Everyone
the
needs to
Grand
cry in
Canyon.
their life. All right, release them emotions.
Okay,
Just feel
hippie.
good. Shut up, Tyler.
Honestly, I watched the. I don't know. Did you end up watching the Democratic national debate?
Oh fuck off! No.
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 Well, it was a shit show. Just so
That's
you're aware.
why I didn't watch it.
You got Beto over here, Beto O'Rourke, who is like, hell yeah, we're gonna take your AR-15s. What are your views on that comment?
Yeah. The fuck?
First of all, first problem,
Don't get rid of my Second Amendment right.
shall not be infringed.
Right.
Says it itself at the end of the Second Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, do you understand how many guns are in this country?
There's
Legally
more guns.
and illegally.
There are more guns than people in the United States.
Now take into account, you're going to be collecting guns from all these people. The only guns you're going to be able to collect are the legal ones. Because those are the only ones that are registered.
Yeah, which are the good people.
So the
The
good
unregistered
people,
ones.
It's the unregistered ones you want to be worried about, and
Yeah.
it's not like they're going to be able to just go around and collect that.
Right. There's gonna be a fight for it.
And third, the government's inefficient.
That's yeah.
They just don't know how to do things.
Right, like you'll be sitting in the DMV for hours.
Right.
And honestly, like I work for public government at the park district, and like
It's just bureaucracy.
yeah.
It's stupid. Even minor stuff, like my mom, she works for a municipality and everything like that, government job, and even she has to go through like stupid bureaucracy of, oh well, we can't do this here because you're in this jurisdiction. Oh, we're getting shut down because for like this period of time because we have no funding, shit like that. You know,
Yeah.
it's stupid.
I think we need guns because, you know, the government, they don't really like you.
No, no.
That's,
They tried to spread crack into black communities.
Yeah.
Not how long ago?
well, like,
What was that? Like 20, 30 years ago?
yeah, it wasn't that long
It
ago.
really wasn't that long ago. There are people alive now. Most of those people are like parents at the very
Yeah.
least. And you're the ones trusting the government?
Don't trust the bro. Hillary
The government's the same
Hillary
thing that runs
Clinton.
prisons.
Clinton. This bitch. She has 40 friends, close friends, that have committed suicide. Nobody has that many friends that commit suicide.
Yeah, not even depressed people.
Right. I've been in mental institutions multiple times. I honestly don't know anyone that's ever killed themselves.
I do. I mean, but that's one out of.
Oh. I know what you're talking about. Okay.
At the end of the day, the whole thing was a mess too, because it was a bunch of what we expected was Biden hating by the socialists,
Yeah.
everything like that, and then everybody else being like, "Why the fuck are you listening to socialists?" And
Mhm.
honestly, that's the only time I'm ever gonna agree with a Democrat on the Democratic national debate. Why would you ever fucking listen to a socialist?
Yeah,
They're
that's
just incredibly stupid. They don't understand economics. It doesn't work. All the examples they cite really aren't socialist. They've socialist
dude. And then there's all those
tendencies.
people that are like,
Like
the
Nordic
economy isn't
countries,
everything.
The Nordic countries are full capitalist.
Yeah.
They just make that much money from capitalism to provide those social institutions. Even then, taxation's high as fuck there,
Mm-hmm.
and they have limited rights. That's not a life I want to live.
Yeah, you know, if it's been shown that when taxes go up, people spend less.
Yeah, every
They don't
time
wanna spend
because
as
they
much
want
money.
to conserve money.
Yeah. What does that do for America? It lowers our GDP.
Yeah,
If a Democrat gets voted into office,
I fear
honestly,
for this
I'm gonna be
country.
scared.
Yeah,
Like,
because especially that in that time, I might be off to like the military and stuff.
oh,
That means I'm gonna have to be in a pussy military.
Yeah.
Because it's the Democrats, and they
Go
don't want to
easy on
provide
guys.
anything for the military.
go easy on them, guys.
Go easy on them, guys.
Just get murked every time.
Yeah. It's just I'm scared. Even with like Biden and everything like that, with his corruption,
Yeah.
which he totally did, and nobody's talking about.
Right.
Which
They try to cover it up. They were like, "Oh my God, Trump found out that
Biden was a corrupt official.
was corrupt. Oh my. Okay. Let's impeach this guy." Like, come on.
That's their go-to tactic. Their main way of trying to win the election is fuck Trump.
Yeah.
Orange man bad.
Orange man bad.
Orange man bad.
Like, shut the fuck up,
Honest.
please.
It was terrible. I was ashamed.
Honestly, I think Trump has this one.
I do too. I am worried of like the increase of millennial voters.
Yeah.
Like college age people.
Well,
Gen Z is going to be able to vote in this election, and I
Yeah.
think that's going to lean it a lot more
conservative.
because Gen Z is shown to be more conservative. The generation after us isn't.
Yeah.
So
There's like a weird gap there.
yeah, I guess we just got sick. Because we also were some of the first with millennial parents.
Yeah.
No, we had mainly Gen X parents.
Wait. Yeah.
Yeah, we mainly had
Yeah,
Gen
yeah,
X.
yeah.
It's this next generation that's going to have the millennials, and I think that's probably why they're swinging more liberal.
Yeah.
Is because of literally people brainwashing their kids and lobbing off their dicks at like the age of 3. By the way,
That's so dumb. That is so
why
dumb.
would you submit a child who has no choice on the matter? I don't care what you say. Oh, he went towards the boy toys. Oh, he's a boy. Oh, but he did look at those girl toys a little too long. I'm gonna lob off his cock.
Like, no, like, how the fuck is a 3-year-old gonna decide if they're male or female? Because, like, when I was 3, I thought I was Spider-Man.
Yeah, you have no capacity to make that big of a decision for yourself at that point. And you're going to see an increase in suicide. You're going to see
Yeah.
an increase in just these tragic stories of these kids growing up completely wrong. They're going to be so fucked up on hormones.
Yeah.
They're not even going to understand where they are.
It's like the high suicide rate in transgenders isn't because of bullying. It's because they're pumping themselves full of hormones that
Which-
they're not supposed to have.
Literally all depression is an imbalance of hormones.
Yeah,
Like, you're basically submitting your child to that. But no, it has to be that, well, if they were just accepted by everybody, I'm sorry, but I am going to be a little confused on why you made the decision to pump yourself full of hormones and mutilate your body. That's going to raise some questions. You know, I'm not going to be 100% for that. I think it fucks up kids, and I think a lot of people that do it are making a mistake. Just cross-dress like everybody else in the 50s.
Like, okay, I've spent a lot of time in mental health institutions, and I mean, just looking at it, it's definitely a personality disorder. Like, I don't understand why. That's just no. Get psychiatric help.
Not to mention, the fact that we're accepting it so openly, I think, raises a few eyebrows for me, because it's just encouraging the behavior. And once a behavior is encouraged, it does lead to some people kind of tricking themselves into thinking they have it.
Yeah.
You know, because they think about it and they think about it and they think about it, and maybe they do feel a bit more feminine, right? So they pump themselves full of hormones, and they lob off the dick and stuff like that, and they've transitioned, and now 10 years later, they are out of that, and they think they've made a horrible mistake, which we're starting to actually see studies of most people who get transitional surgery are regretting.
Yeah, Caitlyn
the
Jenner
choice.
regretted
Even
it.
Caitlyn Jenner, like I think I blame as the person who kicked this all off.
Yeah.
That just, even if they regret the surgery, because I think Caitlyn Jenner even said that they just preferred to they should have just cross-dressed.
Yeah.
They should have just kept cross-dressing or something like that, because it was more of a lifestyle thing. It wasn't necessarily a gender thing, you know?
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're trying to do trans stuff at our school.
Dude.
And that's
If
it's
I had
ridiculous.
a drink right now, I would. No. No.
It's a little ridiculous only on the fact of there's 4 people, maybe, who identify as trans, right?
Yeah.
At our school, I would say. Some of them good people, other of them not so much. But they want to, I forgot how it exactly read, but they basically want to make all the locker rooms gender neutral and all the bathrooms gender neutral.
Mm-hmm.
So that there would just be nothing gendered.
Oh.
For 4 people. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
You want to make, and I've spoken with a lot of people on this, of would they feel comfortable in that environment, and most say no. You have and the ones that do say yes, I know for a fact aren't saying yes because they necessarily believe it, but are saying yes because they want to seem like they're on the right side of history.
Yeah.
Because they always brag about it. They always make it sound like they're such a good person because they believe this. Which is, I think that's just using trans people, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Which I think is more unfair to them than being honest. But I've asked several people and they said, oh no, I would be uncomfortable with that. So you want to sacrifice maybe a little bit of the comfort. Okay, so now we're sacrificing a little bit of the comfort of trans people. They could still go to the nurse and stuff like that. We provide options for them.
Right.
Obviously, it may feel a little awkward and everything like that, but you have a place to go.
Right.
You want to instead sacrifice the comfort of literally every other student in the school.
Right. It's basically making a few students comfortable, and then the
At the
rest of the
expense
students
of the majority, which is a dumb idea. Why sacrifice that?
Right.
Should it be you're trying to make the most people happy and comfortable as possible for an education? it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
And I've tried to wrap my brain around it. I really have. My main bug, I don't know if it's yours, is the fact that it almost seems like for Democrats and a lot of liberals today, everything like that, they almost use people to progress their agenda. You know, they
Right.
use the black community, they use the gay community, because they put you in these boxes. You cannot be just an American. You have to be an African American.
Mhm.
You know, you can't just be an American. You have to be a gay American, a Latina American, something. You
Right.
can no longer just be an American.
Yeah. Which is kind of bullshit.
Shouldn't we be judging people on merit?
Right.
Wasn't it Martin Luther King Jr. who said we should be basing people off of merit, not the color of their skin?
Yeah. Honestly, we're just taking a big step back.
We are.
Because everyone's like, oh my god, you can't say things that offend people. But, like, who the fuck cares?
I
Don't make them offensive.
I grew up in a very different environment. I grew up a bit poor, and I remember being a kind of actually the minority in the community, because
Well,
it
we're
was
a minority at our school.
Yeah, it was mainly a black and Latino school that I went to, and I remember just I never grew around sensitive stuff. I was kind of shoved
Yeah.
into the real world head first. I mean, I was worrying about money at 5. Normal kids, I don't think, really go through that.
Yeah.
And I'm really thankful for the fact that I did grow up with these experiences, where I grew up in an environment that was harsh, because I think it has toughened me as a person to really be my own person, to be independent, to have
Mhm.
my own thought and not give a damn as to what every person feels and thinks.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to be some sheep.
Right.
That's not what you have to be.
Yeah, I took a class. It was like current events. It was called World Affairs. But basically, we had an immigration debate, and I said that I don't want open borders. They don't work. I mean, look at how it's worked for Europe. They had a bunch of terrorist attacks.
Not only that, but
But-
they had people just flooding those countries.
Yeah.
Like, that can't be sustained. If America were to open its borders right now, do you know how many people would want to come here?
We would not.
We wouldn't even exist as
Yeah.
a culture or as a country anymore. It would be a bunch of other ethnicities and cultures and everything like that who would kind of lay claim over it.
Yeah.
They would start to form their own, like, communities and stuff like that, and then, you know what, they probably would make some borders. That's every place in the world has some sort of border control. Even the EU has
Right.
some form of border control. They opened it up, unfortunately. But now that's closed and everything like that. I mean, even
Yeah.
they have some sort of border control. The idea that every single human being can live in harmony together with no borders is a ridiculously ignorant
Yeah.
thought.
That's not gonna
That
happen.
is ignoring much of human history, human psychology, just basic facts of how humans interact with each other in the past and will always interact with each other. We are capable of great amounts of love and creation, but we are also capable of complete horror
Destruction.
and destruction. We are very much a weird species in the fact that we do have such a wide berth, you know?
Yeah.
In the end, I
don't
just
remember.
Yeah, this is probably gonna be 2.5.
No, just keep going, man.
Just keep going?
This is 2.
This is 2.
No 2.5.
This is gonna be shit for 2.
Dude, who cares? Oh fuck. Who cares?
I'm gonna edit this part out.
Nah. Just keep it going.
Okay. Ah, fuck.
Honestly, Democrat. I might have already said this. I don't know.
You're terrified. I am too. Like, I'm very much after the military, and probably after college, but I very much do want, like, a family and everything like that. And I don't think a Democrat-run America is good for that.
No.
I think it would hurt me as
Yeah.
most likely a middle-class white man, and really hinder my ability to not only start a family, but really take care of that family, make sure they don't go through a lot of the struggles I went through and everything like that. Obviously, I think I would want to expose them to the world, because
Yeah.
I think it's the fact that we have coddled so many kids, everything like that. Like, even kids we know
Yeah.
just fail at life.
Mm-hmm.
Completely fail at life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just because they were never disciplined, never shown what real life is, and now it's hitting them in the face.
Yeah, I feel like I got lucky with all my life experience. I mean, a lot of shitty things have happened, but I've gained a lot of knowledge from it.
Yeah. There are some things I would never want my children to have to go through.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want them worrying about money when they're young. I don't want them going down the dumps and, like, thinking thoughts they really shouldn't think.
Right.
You know, or at least have someone be there to spot it and actually guide them through it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that for my kids. I'm moving down south. if I have a family, I don't know, mid-south.
Dude,
Nobody lives there.
I don't know where I want to go. I just know that I don't want to be in Illinois.
Oh, fuck Illinois.
This state sucks.
It really does.
It's so fucking corrupt.
Nothing gets done. Another prime example of government being ineffective.
Right. Like, when I took the driver's test,
Yeah.
they make it so easy, because you don't have to be documented to get a driver's license in Illinois.
Yeah, which is fucking a sanctuary.
Right. And like, it was so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Literally all I had to do was drive down a street, park, pull out of that spot, and then drive back and park. It's just ridiculous. Like, some of the worst drivers. Like, this girl, she got in like 4 car crashes in a year.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. She definitely should not have her license, but somehow
Somehow she does.
she does.
I think we are regressing.
Yeah.
Men are no longer men.
Mm-hmm.
Women are no longer women. We're trying to create this newfangled thing because it's so quirky and, like, new and, oh, but it's so, like, empathetic to everybody. And yet, it's just divided people so
Mhm.
much. And it's degraded what it means to actually be an American so much. Do you know how many times I've heard people actually call themselves American?
Not
Like,
many.
not many.
Yeah.
Go back 10 years. If you ask somebody, who are you? What are you? From, like, in our country or something like that,
Mhm.
what would you say? An American.
I'm an American. You're like, oh, I'm German.
I'm a German American. I'm an African American. Asian
Right.
American. We had to add all these titles. You know, Latinos weren't even labeled Latino in, like, the 60s. They were just white.
Yeah. Just Americans.
Yeah.
This is America, man.
You've literally put people in a box. And you know what? They use that box.
Honestly-
They become a part of it. They use it as a crutch because they're told that they can't be any better than this in life, or that
Yeah.
they need help to do this in life, or they're going to be discriminated against. It's the fact that they're told that they start to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And when they start to believe it, then they start blaming everything.
Yeah.
And now, oh, my crack addiction isn't due to me. It's due to somebody else.
Crack
Oh.
was distributed.
Well, I know that. I'm just used to it as, oh, my drug addiction. Oh, the fact that I'm too lazy to go get a job. That's somebody else's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Because I grew up in a poor community. Just like that. Everybody just felt so down on themselves, yet
Yeah.
they weren't willing to work. The reason I got out of that poor community was because we worked for it.
Right.
Is it because I'm white? Is it because I'm somehow helped by a system? We didn't rely on government aid. We didn't take government aid.
Right. Like, with me, it's been kind of weird. Like, I've experienced most of the classes. Like, I've been... Like, when I started out, when I was born, I was, like, lower middle class. And then my dad lost his job, and then we were pretty much lower class. But then he got a new job, which brought us to upper middle, and then
Yeah.
upper. And just seeing all that different... It's kind of weird. I don't know how to explain it.
It's, I think, an important experience, though. 'Cause
Yeah.
you've seen all aspects of it.
Like,
And
I remember
think,
being poor.
Yeah,
It was I never went on vacation. If I did, it was like to a family member's house.
Yeah.
And then when we moved up, it was weird. We were going on like 3 vacations a year,
Huh.
and
See, I barely go on
was
vacation.
just
still,
ridiculous.
'cause we're like a bit lower middle class.
yeah,
But when I was lower class, I mean, I worried about certain foods. Like,
right.
are we really gonna like have a lot of food in the house,
Mm-hmm.
or am I gonna have to be careful with what I eat?
Yeah, I grew up
Um,
with 3 siblings.
Oh, the only reason I got presents on Christmas was because of other family members stepping
Mm.
in. It wasn't even like my parents could barely afford that type of stuff. I remember there was one time where I think we couldn't buy milk for the week because it was just too expensive in the budget. Do you know what that's like as a kid going through something like
Right.
that? That's terrible. It instilled this something in my brain of just like a fear, you know, that I'm gonna get to that point in life of just I'm not going to be able to provide. That's one of my worst fears.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I've got it all planned out with the military and then college and then
Yeah.
police work and stuff like that.
I still have no idea what I want to do with my life, man. I have kind of a view of it, but
Yeah.
it's just...
But I feel like you're much more of a person that can do things on the fly. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's always been a talent of yours. I don't know. Here's hoping that Trump 2020 wins 4 more great years of an economy,
Right.
and maybe we can start somehow mending this just chaos that's been ensued. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Which I think the Democrats are going to do everything in their power to make it continue, but I think if we can get past that, then we'll be set. you know, I think this would
Mhm.
be a fantastic place to raise my family and my kids. You know.
Yeah.
Then again, I'm a very far out thinker.
Mm-hmm.
You're very much what's going on tomorrow and the next day.
Yeah.
You know, I think we do differ on that aspect. Even though we are a lot alike in a lot of ways.
The support seems kind of flimsy.
Yeah. I told you it's an OSHA violation.
Yeah. Honestly, dude, there's so many OSHA violations
So
around
many
here.
OSHA violations. I'm gonna report you to the government. They'll be back to you in 2 months.
Dude. In 2 months. Yeah, the government doesn't care unless you have money.
Absolutely not. And that goes for any government. Don't.
Right.
Yeah, no.
If you're poor, they're not gonna worry.
You're
about it.
nobody.
If you have money.
You are a census number.
Yeah. But when you have money, the government's like, oh, come on, where's my money?
Bury me with my money. There's a YouTuber I was watching, and he was like, "Don't give my wife any of my YouTube earnings. Bury them with me. Make a little mail slot and have it delivered to me." One thing that gives me a bit of hope for our generation is some of the people in the classrooms now.
Yeah.
Remember freshman year how it was of like just everybody was
Oh
a
my
liberal,
God.
everybody was a Democrat.
Dude,
you could
even
be a
sophomore
Republican.
year.
Even sophomore year. This
Like,
year though?
When I was, sophomore year, I was in that current events class.
Yeah.
I was literally the only conservative in the class,
Yeah.
going up against a bunch of
I think I was like
liberals.
one of 3 in my AP World class.
Yeah, it's
It was a ridiculous number, but now
I
now
think
that
it's-
everybody's got a job, is
Right.
working, is having to deal with the realities of life. Notice how there's just so many more Republicans than
Yeah.
conservatives. Like, I don't know about you, but I've just seen like it's split in the class for once. You
Yeah.
know?
Because, like, I mean, when you think about it, Illinois, we're very poor.
Yeah.
So
We like the government giving us things because again, I'm going back to like people are just kind of on a crutch.
yeah.
You know.
But I think once those kids grow up being poor and having to worry about money like that,
Yeah.
I feel like then they learn the importance of it and move further to the right.
Yeah. It's no longer like this just thought or idea kind of in their head. They've seen it. They haven't really experienced it, you know?
Yeah.
It's always the ones that are well off, though, that are very, like, liberal.
Yeah.
It's always the people I've noticed that really, like, aren't that poor.
Mm-hmm.
And usually if they are, and they are,
Well, no,
like,
it
liberal, then
depends.
it's more of a race thing than it is an economic thing.
Yeah. I feel like women are definitely way more Democrat.
Well, that makes sense because they're trying
Yeah.
to...
Emotions and stuff.
Yeah, which
Men.
women are more emotional thinkers than men.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not saying
feel
that
like
women
our
are stupid.
generation.
They're obviously same level as us. It's just that's how the brain's wired.
Yeah. I think our generation.
We're gonna be the next boomers.
would-
Shut the fuck up, boomer.
Dude, I don't remember what I was saying.
Our generation.
So shut the fuck up. Our generation has grown up with like different ideas than the helicopter parents gave.
We're the first post 9/11
Yeah.
generation.
So basically, we were popped into a world where everything's shit,
Yeah.
and we just have a realer view on life.
Especially we lived through like the housing market crash.
Oh yeah.
Which that was like a big recession that we
Oh,
had.
that
I
was-
think
dude,
that was terrible. on
Both
so
my
many
parents
people.
lost their retirement fund during
Yeah.
that recession. It was fucked.
mom lost her job. I think my dad almost lost his job. It was terrible. I think that was the poorest I ever was.
Yeah.
It was very bad.
Just ridiculous.
It just, maybe people's minds are starting to change, and I really do hope on that, because I am very invested in the future for this country.
Yeah.
And I wish more people had that mindset, that they wanted America to succeed.
I just had a brain blast. So you know how you were
neutron
talking?
blast.
Huh?
A neutron blast.
Yes.
Neutron.
So you know how you said that the more upper class people were liberal?
Yeah.
Now, thinking about it, the recession hit more of the middle class, lower middle class.
Yeah.
That area.
Yeah.
And if they were in like the upper middle or upper, then they wouldn't really see the damage done when the economy falls, you know? Because they were just shielded by it because their parents had so much money.
Yeah. I think, like I said, it's always the people who have never been through shit. Do you know Karl Marx didn't have a job and only had a house because his friend gave him one?
What?
Yeah. It's just like shit about Karl Marx.
Is that the dude we went to?
Who invented communism.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. Fucking was a scumbag.
Yeah.
And a lowlife.
Hey, you know what?
Hey,
That $5 you just made, that's crazy. I think we should redistribute it to all of the people in our country. You now got $0.00 dollars.
I think people are also more independent in the way they think.
Yeah.
They kind of are less interested in groupthink.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the more conservative you are, the less interested you are in groupthink. At least the more Republican you are. When you're on the left, it seems like that's still encouraged. And many people I've met still kind of do think like that. Because whenever I'm having a discussion with them, they almost just regurgitate the same talking points and the, well, you're a terrible person, or, oh, well, you, how do you think they feel, everything like that, you know?
Dude, I can't even, I don't even know my own emotions. I don't give a fuck, okay?
It's always that. And...
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm just forgetting everything.
Global warming.
That's a farce.
Or climate change.
I think global warming is a more natural occurring phenomenon.
Yeah.
I mean,
I understand. We are polluting.
We are polluting. But it's also
plastic.
not us, really. It's India and China the most. And third world countries, because they're, like, massively, like...
Dude, have you seen the difference before and after we had the EPA, Environmental Protection Agency? Like, before that, people were drinking water that was black.
Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty sure everyone in this country has clear water.
Yeah. The U.S. is going down in pollution.
Yeah.
The latest census. I mean...
We used to ship our recycling to China.
Yeah.
And...
China's going to kill themselves in 100 years with the smog that they got. You know?
Also being communist.
Also being communist. Dude, I feel so bad for Hong Kong.
Yeah.
I feel like we should step in.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not directly with China, because I don't think we should start a war with China.
Right.
At least not right now.
They'll be like, hey, time to bring me my money.
Time to bring me my money.
Because we owe them a ridiculous amount. Because we're just like, oh hey,
Come and get it.
we're like, oh hey,
You get this dollar from my cold dead hands. Hey, you owe me $10, man. You can take it from my cold dead hands. What was that, a Futurama episode? Where you won't pay for something at like the bar.
oh yeah.
Oh god. Yeah, no, China's gonna kill itself in like a few years. But Hong Kong needs to get away from China.
Yeah.
People are getting fucking murked.
Right.
Because it's a communist government. You don't have any rights.
Right.
They just tell you have rights.
But, well, you could have rights if, you're in the government. Like one of the leaders. Then
Then you get rights.
yeah.
God. Also pisses me off when like people, radical feminists more like, are like, women are oppressed in this country. Have they gone to any other country?
Look at Saudi Arabia.
Look at Saudi Arabia. Look at the Philippines.
Yeah.
Look at any country that has sex trafficking
Dude, literally.
as
Like,
a major issue.
yeah, in Saudi
and
Arabia.
commonly known.
Saudi Arabia. The only thing you can see are their eyes.
Because
You're not allowed out with anything else.
Yeah. Do you want to know why?
You need to
Because
be out
otherwise
with a
you're gonna
man.
get fucking raped.
Yeah,
Because you're basically property.
exactly.
You're not a human being.
It's
at
ridiculous. And then there's all these people that are like, I want more rights than guns. But like,
That point. Guns have less rights than people. Yeah.
yeah, like, oh, I want to have the same rights as guns. Like, okay,
Hate that argument.
so you're not allowed in public places.
Not allowed in school zones.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just ridiculous. Like, just be happy with what you have. Basically, that's what I've experienced, at least. Just be happy with what you have.
As someone great once said, bitches be crazy.
Yeah. And like another great man said, they're trying to be Craig. They're trying to be Craig. They want to be Cardi. I don't know the rest of the words, but yeah. Should we start another one on a different topic?
Yeah.
All
Sure.
right. This one's over, guys.
Stay tuned for another one.
We're making another one right now.
Yeah.
Cause why not?
Yeah.
All right, this one's over.
This is 2.5 probably.
I love you. If you're listening,
Love you.
If you're listening this far, I love you. If you're one of my exes that are going to dislike this,
Fuck you.
fuck you.
Do you have anything better to do with your time?
Right. Okay. Bye, guys.